Welcome to another episode of UCRD Reviews. So today I have another Gundam 0083 release for you. This one's the RGM-79 Powered GM version anime. So the Powered GM we saw in the first couple episodes of Gundam 0083, and it had a crazy thrust output due to the new backpack it was testing. It also had shock absorbers in the legs to handle the fall from jumping so high. It was a high output GM based on the C-type variant. The model number of it, however, is that of the standard GM from Mobile Suit Gundam. It is not related to that GM. It's just such a short-lived prototype and was so quickly destroyed that it never got its own unique model number, unfortunately. But we did see it briefly in combat. It took a bazooka shot to the chest at point-blank range, which killed the pilot pretty instantaneously. We actually see another one destroyed on base that Nina Purpleton almost runs into, so there are two confirmed units in Gundam 0083. But it is a really neat mobile suit, and unfortunately, it never got a figure. Until now. It is a P-Bandai exclusive, and I'm really happy to have it. I missed a pre-order. I don't know how I did that, but I managed to pick one up. So let's take a look at it. So this mobile suit, like I said a minute ago, it is based on the C-type GM, and we will be doing a comparison with the GM C-type figure. But you'll see the chest is changed. The legs here are different. There's a couple other subtle differences to it. But we're missing a backpack, so let's grab that real quick. So this is what makes the Powered GM so powerful. You have two massive thrusters here that are effect part compatible. You have shield storage in the center. This panel is removable, and it allows you to store weapons. You have these two pieces kind of swivel around, and you have a rotating beam saber recharge rack, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and attach this to the figure. There we go. And you see it sticks out quite a bit. I think that's partly to allow for a bazooka to be stored down here. So you have bazooka storage. And we are missing an antenna on its head. So you get two. One is a replacement. And they're really teeny tiny. So let me go ahead and attach this off camera real quick. So my antenna doesn't want to sit all the way in there. Let me know in the comments if yours does this as well, or if it's just mine. I haven't tried the other one, but regardless, let's keep moving on. So the head looks down about that far. It can look up quite a ways, and then it can do a full 360. The arms will come out about that far up. They can rotate around, and they rotate through that joint as well. Elbows come up about that far. You have shield storage on both arms, and then the hands are ball jointed, and they have that little hinged wrist thing going on. For the chest, you have a little bit of a chest flex. It'll actually lean forward about that far and then come to a standing position. You do have ball jointed side skirt armor and ball jointed front skirt armor. These do tend to pop off if you're doing a lot of kneeling poses. Rear skirt armor is fixed. You do have thruster effect part compatibility with these two pieces, and like I said before, you have the bazooka storage. For the legs, the thigh joints have that thing where they can rotate forward. Knee joints are pretty good. You have the little spring-loaded piece that recesses right there. For the feet, you have a little bit of a toe joint, thruster effect part compatible, and they'll go side to side pretty decent, and then front to back. And this little piece is, I think, on a ball joint as well. The legs will come out about that far. Skirt armor kind of gets in the way, and they do not have thigh swivel, unfortunately. But it is a nice looking figure. You do have kind of an ugly seam line in the forehead there, but the Vulcans are present, and everything else looks pretty good. You have some decent paint detail. It is a fairly plain figure, but I mean, orange and white is the way it's supposed to look. So let's take a look at the accessories real quick. Alright, so the Power GM is a pretty basic release here. We have the standard assortment of hands and the little hand holder. We do have the GM C-type looking shield that has compatibility with effect parts there. It is compatible with the storage piece that goes up here. It does not come with it, however. So you have the handle, and then you have two different ball-jointed pieces that'll store the shield in two different configurations. So this one, for example, will store it under the arm, and the other one goes on the side. So it works good, pretty basic. It also comes with a back storage. This is one of the ball joint ones that's going to be a little bit finicky, but let's see if we can get it to stick. Maybe not. We might just watch me struggle for 15 minutes on this one. So there we go. So it'll just hang out on the back of the backpack there. So nothing too fancy. You do get a standard beam saber blade, as well as a 90mm bullpup that's effect part compatible. We've got a million of these now. And you get a pretty cool hyper bazooka that has swiveling capabilities, so the front handle swivels around quite a bit, as well as this top piece. It is effect part compatible, and it has a removable magazine. So really, really cool piece here, and it is able to be stored. Speaking of storage, you have a storage piece for the machine gun, and that goes on like so. And on the Power GM, you'll take this little panel off the side. If I can get this off of here. Maybe not. There we go. And it'll plug in right like that. Super easy. Lastly here, we get one lone effect part, which is the slashing saber effect that we've all seen before. And that's it for accessories. So let's take a look at the Power GM compared to the GM C-type. So let's take a look at the Power GM compared to the mobile suit it's based on. By the way, the other antenna that comes with my Power GM works just fine. Looks like that one was just kind of faulty. So with the head, you can see that the heads are about the same. The Power GM's looks bulkier, but I think that's just the armor surrounding it, you know, like the chest armor being bigger and stuff. They're actually identical. The Power GM here has its Vulcans and side head vents painted where the GM Kai does not, which is kind of nice. The chest is completely different. You have these extra vents up here. It's much bulkier. The waist armor is different. Again, more armored, and you see the crotch armor is larger on this release. Legs are, again, more heavily armored. Feet look about the same. The foot braces here are different. Shields are identical. The beam sabers are identical. Let's flip both these over. Backpacks are hugely different, as well as the rear skirt armor. So there are a lot of differences. Looks like my powered GM lost its bazooka. A lot of differences, but that's what it's supposed to be like. This is a more heavily armored version of the GM Kai. So they did it very, very well with the sculpt, and I like both of these releases. So the Powered GM is a pretty basic release, and it is a P-Bandai exclusive. I paid about $85 for mine before shipping, which is a little higher than what it was during its pre-order stage, but I'm happy with mine. Now that doesn't mean it is without problems. The Powered GM, while it comes with all the weapons it needs to come with, and general accessories like the shield and beam saber, it really lacks on the effect parts, which is disappointing because this is a mobile suit that is mainly known for its thrusters. And you get no thruster effects. You just get a slashing beam saber effect, which we have a million of at this point. It is a very nice looking figure. I do like this one better than the C-Type GM, but like I said, it is a bare bones release, so that is one thing to keep in mind when you're purchasing this, especially since it's probably going to be kind of hard to find, especially as time goes on. And one thing I didn't mention before, I actually noticed when I was posing this, you can pull up on the chest and it has a little bit extra articulation back in there, but it's a very articulated mobile suit, and it's another 0083 release that's fantastic, but like I said, it does have a couple problems with accessories. So thank you for watching the review. Check out the review below for the GM C-Type if you haven't watched it already, and I also have a link down there for a brand new Facebook page for UCRD reviews. So I will be posting Robot Spirits news and discussions, as well as showing off some of the upcoming reviews before they show up on YouTube. So absolutely join there. I will tell everybody where I get my figures and answer questions from comments and all that good stuff. So check that out, and I will see you next time for the review of the GM Cannon 2 from Gundam 0083 as well. So thank you, and see you at the next video.